I will talk about something that we rediscovered. It's called, in the American language, l'HemoPyrrol-Lactam-uria. And I will take you through this. Basically, just to have a simple concept, it's a condition in which you pee out all your zinc. You basically become not a zinc deficient person, but a zinc-less person. Yeah? We have about 300, we have about 1,500 enzymes. You know, when you look at the methylation cycle and all that, it's all about enzymes that are programmed by the DNA to look a certain way, right? There's an enzyme, the genome, and it creates a metabolome. This is the summation of all these 1,500 enzymes. 300 of those are zinc dependent. When you pee out all your zinc, the body, to survive, substitutes the zinc in the enzyme with another 2-valent metal and grabs whatever it can from our toxic environment. Usually that's cadmium if your parents smoke, or it's lead if you live in a home that has lead residues, or it's aluminum from the cookware or from other sources, or it's mercury from your mother, usually the transplacental transfer of mercury from mom into you. Mom discharges 2/3 of her entire body burden of mercury into the firstborn child. And if the firstborn child is a boy, he's out of luck, because testosterone has a dramatic synergistic effect with mercury. And so we got now 300 enzymes that should be having a zinc in the middle. Instead of that, they have a mercury, nickel, cadmium, lead, uranium, plutonium, you name it, in there that's substituted. The enzyme still functions, not as well as it would with zinc, but it still functions. And so this is usually how we find the adult Lyme patient who is symptomatic, and how we find the autistic kid in that state. And then the problem happens when we substitute zinc. We're knocking off these toxic metals, and the child will become acutely toxic. And the reason this condition, l'HemoPyrrol-Lactam-uria, is that very reason, because when Abraham Hoffer and others discovered this and started treating, adults and kids got very ill, and then the collective of physicians said, well, this is bullshit, this really sucks. All we're ever getting is sick kids that get sicker and sicker. It can't be right, something must be wrong with the theory, right? This was before, because you cannot do the KPU treatment without deeply knowing about detox. You need to know how to get the mobilized crap out of the system. And so I tried the KPU treatment 20 years ago when I first learned about it. I had another bout with this 10 years ago, another bout 5 years ago. I never got it right, and then I met a physician in Holland who has created a whole following in Europe on just treating this one condition. And he has dramatic results with autism, dramatic results with all the psychiatric patients, dramatic results with Lyme disease. And I watched him, what he was doing different, and he was using my detox protocols that he copied off my website, that he had learned everything from me, and had coupled it with the traditional KPU treatment, and suddenly there was this golden egg that I was looking for the last 35 years as I've been in practice. And so I brought that back here about a year ago and ran my first trial runs with people, and it was very dramatic. And so I want to share with you what this condition is, a little bit on the science, take you through it, through the treatment. It's all easy, it's simple, it's inexpensive. This is the least expensive treatment you've ever given to your children. And so we're down now from whatever $35,000 or $40,000 a year to maybe $4,000 a year when you include this treatment and whatever you've done before. So it's a dramatic change in the weather. So here's a little bit on the history. Abraham Hoffer, who is misspelled here, he doesn't have an H in it, Abraham, like Abe Burr, Bear, what do you say, Burr? Abe lives close to me, he lives in Victoria, he actually just died a few weeks ago, and so I also want to give this lecture in honor of him. He, together with Linus Pauling, were really the two people that single-handedly started orthomolecular medicine. If you'd taken vitamin C today, or carnitine, or alpha-lipoic acid, it's because of Abe Hoffer and Linus Pauling. They're the ones that started this whole thing, single-handedly. So Abe Hoffer is not a small thing. He's half of every vitamin that you ever took, every mineral you ever took. Abe Hoffer is half of that equation.